Okay, continuing on. So A, B, and CD are parallel, as you can see by these arrows here. Calculate the value of x. So this is quite a nice one, nice solving equations and parallel line theorem. So by alternate angle theorem, by alternate angles, 4x plus 5 equals 57. And slightly more informally, because these two correspond, so these two are top right and top right, this is 57, and then these two are opposite. So by the alternate angle rule, you can get directly this. The alternate angle rule, very briefly, is that if you have two parallel lines and they intersect, these two angles are the same. Pretty much, that's the alternate angle theorem. So these two angles are the same, so 4x plus 5 equals 57, and now we just solve it. So minusing 5 on both sides, I get 4x equals 52. So then dividing by 4 on both sides, x is equal to 13. Nice and straightforward. And if you can't do the divide, we can do the bus stop. So how many 4s in 5? 1 with 1 left over. How many 4s in 12? 3. Okay, write down 4 positive whole numbers below, so that the range of the numbers is 6, the mean of the numbers is 5, the median of the numbers is 4. So these questions are quite common, and there are two important tricks to get this started, really. The mean of the numbers being 5, so if there are 4 numbers, so to get the mean, you add everything up, you total everything, and then divide by how many there are. Because you know how many there are, and you know the mean, you can work out what they added up to. So since the mean is 5, so all of them added up, divided by 4 is 5. So when they were all added up, they added to 20 effectively. So from this, we can say that the total equals 4 times 5, which is 20. So I know that these 4 numbers need to add to 20. The next trick here is where to start, and the good idea is always to start with the median. So I'm going to show you two variants of this. The median being 4, first of all. So we have a choice because there's 4 numbers. We can either have 4, 4, or we could do something like 3 and 5. So I'll go for the easiest option first. We'll go for 4, 4. This achieves this condition immediately. But now I need to pick 2 numbers here and here, which I'm going to call A and B, where they need to add to 12, because I know the total is 20. So these two need to add to 12 because these two add to 8. So these two need to add to 12. And from our last condition, they need to have a difference of 6. So what we are looking for, in effect, so if I call this A and B, we are looking for 2 numbers such that A minus B is 6, and we're looking for 2 numbers, the same 2 numbers, such that they add to 12. So can we think of 2 numbers which have a difference of 6, but add to 12? So those 2 such numbers are 9 and 3. But if you cannot find that directly, you can, there's a reason I've written it like this, you can do an easy simultaneous equation. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So I'm going to add these 2 equations. So 2a equals 18. So a equals 9. And if a is 9 and we know they add to 12, b must be 3. So that being said, that's 3 and that is 9. An alternate to this is instead of using 4 and 4 at the start, we could use 3 and 5. And then we would still have 3 and 9 here as well, because these two add to 8, these two also add to 8. So both of these combinations give us our median of 4, our 3 and 9 give us our range of 6, and the total should be 20, giving us our mean of 5. So all 3 conditions are met, and you get all 3 marks. This is quite a nice, easy one. So basic percentage, really. So 24 miles as a percentage of 300 miles. So 54 miles out of 300. So percentage meaning percent means per 100. So we just make it out of 100. So to get from 300 to 100, we divide by 3. So we do the same here. We divide by 3. So again, once again, if you do not know how to do the divide, use the bus stop method. The bus stop method is crucially important. How many 3s in 5? 1 with 2 left over. How many 3s in 24? That is 8. This is 18 out of 100, which notoriously is 18%. Nice and straightforward. So a car travels 100 miles in 2 hours and 30 minutes. Calculate the average speed in miles per hour. So speed equals distance divided by time. We are given the distance, we are given the time, and it wants it in miles per hour. So our distance needs to be in miles, which it is, and our time needs to be in hours, which it isn't quite. So in hours, time would be 2.5, so 2.5. So using this formula, speed is equal to 100 divided by 2.5, which logically there are 4 25s in 100 and there are 10 2.5s in each, making this 40 miles an hour. But as I've been saying, if you don't know the divide, use the bus stop. So what we can do here, if you don't know it, is we can times top and bottom by 10. So now this is 1,000 divided by 25, and we can do the bus stop. So how many 25s in 1? None. How many 25s in 10? Also none. How many 25s in 100? 4. How many 25s in nothing? Nothing. So it is 40. The answer here is 40 miles per hour.